Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Sci-Fi Drawing with yours truly, Mr. Derek T. Stevens, the Crow on 3DBuzz.com. I'm with my sidekick, the man, the myth, the legend. I like to call him Pony Boy. He goes by many names. It is Mr. Nelson. How you doing, Mr. Nelson?
Doing all right.
I'm glad to hear it. This is week 2 of Sci-Fi Drawing. Tonight we're going to go over what I like to call is the read. Really quick, down and dirty ways to get some really great concepts really fast and laying in some values and stuff like that. It's a very unique style. I think it was Jane said, I had to sing that because I always do. She actually said, no pun intended, it's a very forgiving style. It is. It's a very unique, simple style. In a minute, we're going to take my screen and you're going to see the alien head that I did in 25 minutes. And that is what we're going to do follow along with, which is going to be awesome. In honor of the Alien Colonial Marine game that just came out. And dude, it is awesome. I was there midnight opening for it, came home, and the fireplace is going and lights are flicking around because of the fire. And you hear that pulsating, your tracker, beep, beep. That just scared the crap out of me. These aliens jumping out. Awesome game. So in honor of that, and it is sci-fi, we'll be doing some of that tonight. But first, I want to jump to our homework that you guys had last week about some cybernetic arms. I'm anxious to see what you guys came up with. And this is why Mr. Nelson has a screen right here. And we will look, we will critique, we may laugh, we may cry, we may do all sorts of things. It was like Cthulhu.
I believe this is Raoul.
I like it though. Deltoid, bicep, tricep. I like the elbow. I really like the elbow, and I love this squid-looking thing going on at the end. This is the new Big 5 shaver.
And then here, what?
And I was gonna say, well, dude, who's this?
The same guy.
Same guy. I like this. I love, and again, I keep pointing to my screen like you guys can see my finger. I love the skin tones. It looks like a dead skin tone. It reminds me kind of the Reapers from Firefly / Borgish, but great arm. I love the shoulder. I love the highlights and tones that you put in there. And I love how the tubes are wrapping around the arm. Well done. Even the hands. Very well done, dude. And again, it's important for everyone to see what everyone else is doing because it may spur some new ideas for you. I never want anyone to compare themselves to anybody else because it's not fair. Everybody has different levels. But we could find out maybe how they did X, Y, or Z and, again, get inspired. Like this. I love this. This is a great line with variation. On my screen, your screen on the right-hand side, if you look at the arm, the forearm, just that plate. I love the shading in that. Well done. The fingers are great. I love the muscle tone that's wrapping out. I love how they're hooked back up to the shoulder and the left shoulder or the left hand side. I mean, that is a killer, crazy, cool looking arm, like a mech warrior hand. Well done. Who did this?
I'm sorry, I don't have the usernames on this. This was done by Alina Daniel. CZYK?
Well, whoever the heck you are, rock on. I like that camera on top of the shoulder. Very well done. I'm impressed.
Alrighty, and we got Sid. And
Sydney. Well, look at that torn up arm. Man, by the way, she hates Valentine's Day. I don't know if you know that, but she really hates Valentine's Day. I found that out on Facebook. But Sid, I'm really proud of you. I love the opened wound sort of look that you've got going on. A little bit of blood, but not overdone. Until a deltoid, I can see you work through it. And really nice use of colors, too. The yellow makes things pop. Well done, Sid.
Fortunately, I do not know who this is.
Nice, though. I like the little emblem. I really love the upper arm where you got tubes running through the purplish sort of hue. I mean, that looks like a glass encasement. And just with simple lines, I mean, it looks like the arm's all, in pieces, or yeah, well done. And the bottom one looks freaking scary. It's like I'm a bug. No, I'm a human. No, I'm the raid dude because I spray acid out of my little squirty thing here. But nice use of color. I like the cybernetic arm, the shoulder pad. Well done. I was really excited to see what you guys were going to come up with, and I am not disappointed.
We have another one who, unfortunately, I do not have the name for. Sorry, guys.
Wow. What does that little thing say in his arm? Blink. Cyber core. Anyway, really nice. I like the attention to detail, and it looks kind of gross because you got the bicep and tricep, and you got the deltoid going on there, and then it's like cut off. Yuck. But really cool. I love the contrasting feel from the big blob of flesh to the metalistic arm you got, and I really love positions of the fingers. Well done.
All right, we have a William Michael.
Nice. I like the attention to detail to the deltoid. I like the fact that it's elongated. You're not gonna have a big bicep because it's elongated. It's not pumped up. I like that you drew through the detail to the fingers and stuff, and some wires going on. Well done, and very nice use of color as well. So now we just have to learn the rest of the body. We'll do that too.
There's a second one. Looks like a first pass then.
Okay. It's good to record your first pass, keep them second pass too, then till you're finished. Because if you ever want to get a job in this industry, a lot of the stuff that I do for, well, heck, just like a client today, is for a new comic book. Age of Supers. Anyway, I was drawing this chick for him, and I literally had to draw 3 thumbnails before, we want this and this. And I kept it because, it helps refine. And then when I sent him the finished version, I had all 3 that I drew on the upper left-hand side, and then she was on the right hand. Anyway, it's good to keep those. Posterity? Is that the word I'm looking for, Nelson?
Yeah, for posterity's sake, I think.
There you go.
Here's
Not prostate, because that'd be totally different. Woo!
That looks like a Jane.
Said. I like that armor. It's very Xeno, like buggish looking, but I love how the shading effect's going on. It is nice, it's simple, it's clean. Well done, Jane. Had a guy once tell me, you know how to tell professionals from amateurs? I'm like, no, how? He's like, pros don't sign their work. I'm thinking, whatever, I like to sign my work.
Here's the second one that she sent in.
Shading down. Exactly, just like that. So you can tell your client and show them everything you've done step by step. Well done, Jane.
And then Miguel.
Miguel, bonjour. I love the pattern, the texture that you have in the bicep tricep region. It looks like you can, computer, what is it, motherboard sort of thing?
Some sort of circuit board.
Circuit board, that's it. I don't know its terminology. And I really love that highlight in the deltoid, but the overall shape is really good. I feel sorry for the guy that has fingers like that. Like, I should have sprung for flesh everywhere, but this is all I could afford. Save it for flesh next time.
Someone submitted bitmaps. Sorry, I just had to point that out. Seriously, guys, bitmaps?
Wow. First of all, the gradient in the background is really, really, really nice. It makes the entire rendering pop out. I love the armor effect. The hands, the fingers. Who did this? This is really nice, too. I love the shoulder pad.
I believe this is Warhammer's.
Warhammer. Well done.
And then he had a second one.
Woo. You'd be fun to take to the disco. I really like that. I love that lighting effect. That is really cool. Well done.
Alrighty, we did have one more. Somebody snuck in and submitted their homework after we started. Let's see here.
Probably Steve.
No, I believe it is. See, this one I have the username of because I didn't already download it. This was Rafi Alfro. Let me go ahead and extract this zip. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
And they sent a PSD, so hopefully when I launch this, my Photoshop instance won't crash my computer again, like it did last week.
That would really stink. Yeah, ladies and James, let's just send in like 75, 72 DPI JPEGs. Would probably be the best.
Yeah.
Not bad. I like the fact that he did both really the right arm and no, it's still the right arm. Never mind. This is a different angle. Like right and left arm. Uh, nice shading. I like the armor technique. Well done. I like the color work. I love the fingers on the purple one. This is a really nice touch. Well done.
Alrighty, let me do one more pass to see if anybody snuck in any more homework, and
Roger that.
nope, that was the last submission.
Well done, guys and gals. I'm really proud of you. So I'm hoping that we still have, and I know we have some originals from the Drawing 101 class, and I'm hoping at the end of this class and then the end of the next class, everyone's going to be drawing epic, awesome things.
Alrighty, so you want me to go ahead and switch over to your screen?
Roger that.
And incoming Derek.
Can you see me?
Yep. Oh, did you draw that?
I did that.
Nice.
It's 20 minutes or so.
Nice.
Thank you. So again, in honor of the colonial anal that was so not what I wanted. The colonial alien marine game that just came out. We're going to be doing this tonight. As I take a sip of beverage. Again, it's going to be really simple. I know everyone's like, oh, it's really simple stuff, okay? Hold on, what is this right here? Oh, hey, he signed Sci-Fi. I did this today for a game company. Forgot he was still up here. We're going to come here to our screen. So right now we're going to have a 5-minute challenge because I got to warm my arm and my hand up, hand-eye coordination, blah, 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 blah. Get my dendrites connecting in all the right places. So what we're going to do when Mr. Nelson says start the clock, we are going to draw. Let's just do a spaceship tonight because it's sci-fi. And you can do any sort of spaceship. And what we'll do is we'll take screens really quick afterwards if you want, but I want to jump into the lecture. Be prepared tonight because I'm willing to go a little bit later, if not a lot later. Nelson and I were talking. I love the draw-alongs. I really do, and I love taking everyone's screen. But I also want to be able to lecture, to be able to teach as much possible so you guys get as much out of it as possible. So we're going to start out with a spaceship. Is that cool?
Sounds good. So just let me know when you want me to start. We could go ahead and start the 5 minutes right now if you want.
No. I gotta switch on my screen around. Here we go.
All right. And
come on.
I will be using.
All right, here we go.
So hopefully this won't crash my computer. So, alrighty.
We're ready.
Let's go ahead and start.
All right. Spaceship. Da-da-da-da. And spaceships can come in all sorts of sizes and shapes and what have you. Oops, don't like that one. Here we go. 5 minutes, correct?
Yep.
Boy, I'm glad I'm warming up right now. One of my friends from a gaming company once bet another guy. He's like, I can turn anything into a spaceship. He's like, yeah, whatever. And he went into his little studio area and did a rendering of a really cool spaceship, and came back. And the guy's like, that looks pretty cool. Is it a nice spaceship? He's like, it's not a spaceship. Turn it upside down. He said, it's a joystick. I thought that was kind of funny. You're supposed to be laughing, Nelson. Help me out here. That's brilliant, Derek. Oh, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I do try. I can tell. You try very hard. Fail most of the time, but you're a good chap for trying. Thank you very much, Mr. Nelson. I do appreciate your nice words. Not a problem, Mr. Derek. I like how you color on your Wacom tablet. Thank you very much. I did mess it up the other day. I put some white out on it because I was frustrated. Now, I kid again. You don't stop me anytime, Nelson, from being, making a total ass out of myself?
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to draw.
Oh, never mind. You keep on drawing, man. Come on. Get down there. Key thing for little spaceships and doodads is definitely change up your brush stroke or brush length for stuff. So you are going to share your spaceship today, right?
Probably not. No.
What?
Well, I'm drawing at a weird angle right now because I don't want to. I don't want my Wacom driver to crash my computer again, so I'm drawing on my Mac. So my desk is like really messed up right now.
Gotcha.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, I can dig that. That's good. I believe in you. Oops. My little eraser tool out. I'm anxious to see what everyone else thinks is a spaceship, how many TIE fighters we get. Because, it's a pretty darn simple shape to make as a TIE fighter. Are we at 5 minutes, Mr. Nelson?
I do believe we have about 2 minutes left.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Unless I'm... Oh, no, never mind. We started at... Yeah, we have about 1 minute left. Sorry about that. Math is hard.
It's all good. All good in the hood, my friend. Ha, 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 ha. One of my favorite spaceships of all time was the Snow Speeder from Empire Strikes Back. I liked how, two guys flew it. Sort of thing. Let's do some funky up here.
All right, I believe time is up.
Okay. That's nice. I got my fingers worked out because I'm old and they're stiff. So that's my really quick 5-minute spaceship. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be. There's a big cannon at the bottom of it and some guns on it. Yay, we drew a spaceship. We'll take volunteers to see what renderings they came up with. I'd like to see what you guys did. And you're going to make it as quick as possible. And then we're going to jump into one of the coolest, I believe, styles out there right now.
Alrighty, so go ahead and raise your hand if you want us to switch over to your screen. We have 2 Steve Curtises.
I bet one's a Sid. I don't know. They're kind of tricksy. Tricksy hobbitses. Tricksy hobbitses. Filthy hobbitses. Who's this?
Well, it's paint, so it's probably Tyler.
That's what I thought. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? I got the Colonial Marines. I'm going to kick your butt whenever you get that game, all right? Just letting you know. Practicing hard. I like the ship. Don't draw that because, and anyway. No, it's nice use of color. I like the little flame. Good. You got your mojo going. Way to loosen it up. So I'm glad you're here, dude. Next victim.
We got Steve number 2.
You can call me Steve, or you can call me Steve. Okay, Steve.
Will the real Steve please stand up?
Oh, I thought you were doing your own thing tonight, man. I got your email message or Facebook. You were doing something else.
No,
That
I
was
said
homework. Yeah. All right.
And the initialized core Cyberlink one was mine.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I'm glad you're here tonight. Kind of reminds me of a Futurama type sort of ship. It's cute. Or a manta ray sort of thing. Very organic looking. Very good for me to poop on.
I'm not good with 5 minutes, but
I mean, that's the thing, you know. We want to get pressure on you, and it's just a fun thing to try to loosen up. So, by the way, I heard you're really good at 5 minutes. And by that, I mean driving really fast.
Yeah, that would be it.
That would definitely be it. Hey, well done. I'm proud of you. You're going to love tonight. I hope you're going to love tonight, so I'm anxious for it. Well done, sir.
I love
Glad
every
you're
day,
here.
man.
Amen to that, brother. Amen. Next victim.
We got a Leonard.
Leonard! Better have Jane right after him because that's the way it stacks up.
Hello.
What was on that?
Leonard!
Hi.
Dude,
These are actually really good headphones. They close out the rest of the world really well.
nice ship.
Yeah.
Looks vaguely familiar.
Yes. A guy I know that's really good. He came up with this design. I kind of like it.
Ah, cool. He must be really steadily and handsome.
Yeah,
possibly
I think he
Canadian,
is.
but most likely Irish.
Yeah.
Well done. I'm glad you're here again tonight, dude. Seriously.
Oh, I'll show you this too, since I'm horrible at sending things in. There.
That's not bad. I got
arm.
the deltoid, the bicep a little bit big, but hey, you're doing it.
He's lifting a gun. Yeah, that makes him work out.
True. I can see that. Well done, dude. You keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Alrighty, next up, we got a Jane.
Says,
Hello.
hello, Jane. That's cute.
I'm not good at sci-fi.
You're going to be great after tonight. I promise you that. I like your little ship. It looks very cute.
It's the Jetsons. Sort of.
Yeah, I had to push 3 buttons today. Mr. Slate's a slave driver. Nelson says the same thing about Buzz. I had to push several buttons today. He's a slave driver. Well done, Jane. I'm proud of you. Good. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Glad you're here. Anybody else, Mr. Nelson?
Yep, we have one last guy, Bastian.
Bastian. I like that. I like how nice, loose, and sketchy it looks. Seriously. I like the little radar. It's Dish Network. Or is that Direct TV up there? I can't tell. No, 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 no. I see the little guys looking out. Good attention to detail. The little port reminds me like if Jawas could fly in space, kind of like a sand crawler sort of thing. Well done. Proud of you.
All right, and it looks like a... Oops, wrong guy. There we go. Muted you for a second. It looks like Miguel and a Raphael snuck in at the last minute, so
Okay.
this is Miguel.
Hello, Miguel.
Hello.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of reminds me of Battle of the Planets G-Force, sort of like bird-looking sort of thing. That's nice for a 5-minute quick sketch. I'd like to see you render that out, fully. It's a very interesting shape. Well done.
I really didn't know what to draw. I just started drawing lines randomly, and that's what it came out.
Sometimes we call it happy accidents. So that's a good thing. Well done. You keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Alrighty, we have a Raphael.
Mr. Raphael. Turtles in the half shell. Turtle power. Reminds me kind of of a Viper from Battlestar. Well done.
Hey, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited about doing the lecture. I hope you guys learn a lot about silhouettes and the reeds. I really enjoy these 5-minute sort of exercises to get the juices flowing and warming up. And now I'm going to be a slave driver. It's going to be awesome.
Well, I just hope I can get better with machines and props because I'm not very good at them.
It's, a lot of people gravitate towards one thing or another. I'm a character artist, and I too need to get better at hard bodies, as in ships and guns. And because again, if you only do one thing, that's all you're going to be paid for. And there's a lot of great character artists out there. You need to be able to broaden your horizons. Both you and I will work on it together, and we will come out on top. I promise you. I'm not giving up. You don't give up.
Thanks.
Hey, no worries. You have a good night, and let's get ready to do this.
Okay.
You still there, Mr. Nelson?
And I was muted, and I was talking to you. That happens too often. One more person snuck in, so this will be the last one, I promise.
No worries. No worries. Better not be Sid.
Now, I sent the presentation over. Let's see if... There we go.
Nice.
Thanks.
Who's this?
Evelina.
Hello, ma'am. How are you doing? I love that little wispy-looking thing. I like the spaceship, too, but I love that little wispy-looking. That's just really... I like that style.
Thanks.
The spaceship is good, too. I like how everything's wrapping around. I mean, it's unique. I've not seen anything like it. Not that I'm the be-all, get-all of everything, because I'm not. But for 5 minutes, it's some good work. I love your style. Very, very sketchy looking. And not sketchy isn't bad, like you're going to knock me down and take my lunch money.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'm not that great with science fiction either, so actually I just went on Google and looked at some and tried to sketch them to get a feel for spaceships, because
Bist du von Deutschland?
Yeah, actually, I'm German, or half German, half Polish, and you always seem to have problems with my name.
Yeah, I'm just going to call you die Frau from now on. Was machst du so eben, die Frau? Das ist alles toll. Nostravia. Okay, that's Polish and German, but that is for you, die Frau. But you keep up the good work. Everyone's like, what the hell is he saying?
But if you want, I tried to tell you last time, it's actually just a Polish version of Evelyn. So if you have problem with Evelina, Evelyn is fine too. I write it down next time so you remember.
Evelina is a very pretty name. Mr. Nelson, you can say Evelina, can't you?
I'm horrible at pronunciation. Evelina?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Because
Brilliant.
since I think the first session, always everyone has problems with that, and I try to explain or just say say Eve, say Evelyn, or something, and you always seem to have the problem. So this time I rented new headphones so I could speak to you and finally tell you after some months.
Because Nelson and I are both idiots. Literally,
Sorry about that.
I have two
I would-
fingers in my nose right now. I'm like, how am I work?
I wouldn't say idiots, but I just thought I'd give you a little hint that you don't have to work so hard to pronounce it properly. Could also Eve, Evelina, how you want it. Or die Frau is cool with me too.
Danke.
Whatever you like.
Thank you very much, Evelina.
No problem.
Frau Evelina. And I like your screensavers back there. Danke schön. I
Final
appreciate
Fantasy
you.
14.
Awesome. Are we ready then? You ready, Mr. Nelson, for a ride that you're never going to forget?
Yep. Let's get started.
All right, I can dig that. Hold on, let's get rid of this thing here. All right. I said, get out of here. I love Evelina's accent. That's really cool. And do you feel like an idiot? Because I feel like an idiot, Nelson. Because like she was writing it down, and I can read English pretty well because it's my native tongue. But I'm like, what in the hell does that word mean? My own mother-in-law's name's Debbie or Deborah, and I looked at Samel. I'm like, who the crap's Deborah? Oh, Deborah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad she has headphones and corrected us on Evelina. All right, here we go. All right, if you are playing Warcraft, because a lot of us do, you're running around, you need to know what a character is instantly. I mean, this is what the power of silhouettes are. It's very, very important. Okay, I got my brushy brush thing here. What we're going to do is, you guys don't have to follow along. You can if you want. This is going to be kind of down, dirty, and fast. Say a client has, hey, I need you to do some character concepts. I'm not really for sure what I want, but I want an alien-looking thing. You're like, all right, well, let me do this for you, because if I can nail a good silhouette, then we can put some more detail into it, then everything is going to be copacetic and fine. So, again, I apologize for those who do not have a tablet. This is almost a tablet sort of exercise, so to speak. Okay, that's at 100. I have my opacity at 100. And right now I'm just playing around with some shapes, right? And that's good, because that's what we want to do. We want to give your potential client some things to look at, some good sort of reads that he or she can tell in an instant what this is or is not. So let me get my brush stroke up here a little bit more. And my idea for this is kind of like, well, you're going to see, but I'm going for a demon-esque sort of snake guy. That's what I want to do. And everything's subject to change. I'm literally just scribbling down here what's going on. And like Jane said, it is very, very much a forgiving sort of medium on how you're going to do this. And you can see, oh, I ran out of room, but I know this little trick in Photoshop. I just do all this. And I hit Control-T, and then I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. That's my build plan for you. Scheiße auch. You know what? Bullocks. Hold on. Let's get this out of here. Enter, Control-D. Alt-Delete. And we just learned a very valuable lesson, didn't we, Mr. Nelson? We need to pay attention to layers. Thank you very much for not catching that. So we're going to start this again, or I'm going to start this again, because it really is no problem at all to draw this. So again, I'm drawing my little, what I believe is my face up through here. And I like the idea of horns, what may or may not be construed as horns, like this. And then I'm coming back down here for where my neck area is going to be. The lats, Gonna put some pectoral muscles on here. And the key thing to this is once we get the general shape in here, we can start messing with our brush sizes, and we can put some additional detail in here. And again, my idea, or my first concept idea, is to make him kind of a demon-esque snake guy. And I do realize I'm going to run out of room, but that's good. It's okay, because now I have my proper layer. Let's go ahead and some circles for some shoulders here. Come down here like this. For some arms, elbows. And now we'll do the Photoshop trick where we select everything and we hit Control T and we'll shrink it down like this. Now we'll elongate him even more, put him up here like that. Hit Control D after I hit Enter. Where's my brush stroke? Or brush. And we come in here now, and I'm going to start playing with a little bit of detail. I'm shrinking my brush down so we can tell that there's some thumbs, some fingers that are going on through here. Maybe he's got some spiky things like this. I mean, who knows? I mean, go crazy. It is your imagination, and the cooler the concept, the more the client's going to like it. What I don't really like is the shape of the head so much. Again, hitting select Control T, mess it around like this, maybe more up like this. Here we go. Bring it down. Okay, and what we can do here is we can also do some cleanup with using the eraser tool. But it's a brilliant thing about having this saved in layers is I can literally just come in here like so and make some more interesting shapes through here like this, and we literally, with a minimum of work and starting over, we got some cool concepts of the snake-like creature. Hold on. I'll make the tail a little more pointy through here. All right, again, I'm going to hit Control or my select button, select all of it, Control T, and let's shrink them down up here about this. Move them up here to get rid of them. Control D. And that literally is how simple this is. This is all we're doing is doing silhouettes right now. So what I'm going to do right now is create yet another layer, and we'll start making some more alien-esque looking things, okay? You having fun, Mr. Nelson? You keeping up?
Yeah, as best I can.
Okay, you don't have to. Again, this isn't like a true draw-along. Hold on, drinking beverage. Nostrovia. Everyone chuckles who can speak Polish here. Raise your hand. All right, so I saved another layer. I still have my gray background. I don't really like drawing on white. White is really, really harsh. The gray here, I mean, we can throw shadows on it. It's easier to the eye. All right, we're going to do more black work here. I have my brush stroke selection, and let's do something like this. Start off with a circle. Joint here. Elbow at joint, that is. And literally just having some fun. Some rib cage. What we're going to do is make an alien kind of like crawling on his legs here, his or her legs. I'm not sure what a female alien looks like. But in that video game I was telling you about, it is really cool playing versus Tyler, because I'm going to kick your butts when I am an alien, but you can crawl on walls and spit acid. It is very, very, very cool game. So we'll kind of render one of these thingy things out here. Hold on. Right Eraser tool, eraser tool, eraser tool, eraser tool. Brush, brush, brush. And then we can't forget the tail because you have a tail attack as well. And now I'm going to shrink my brush down so I can get some kind of finer details. Some things maybe sticking out. Let's come here through here like this. And we have another hand because, you know, they're bipedal, but they can crawl. We'll do another leg that's shot out here like this. And I can come back near my brush or my eraser tool, and I can start defining some better edges that I may or may not want. Brush tool again. And again, because we have on a separate layer, we can come in here. We can come in here and select this thing, Control T, and then we can start playing some shapes. We can elongate it more if we want to, which might be kind of a cooler look. And let me deselect. And in no time at all, we have got a silhouette of a cool looking, basically alien from the Aliens movie in honor of the brand new video game. So what we'll do here is we will just select him, Control T, move this guy up here, shrink him down a little bit so he's not taking up so much real estate. Hit Enter, Control D, so we're deselect. So we got a snake demon type dude, we got this alien type critter here, and hey, let's do some more, shall we? By show of hands, if you guys understanding this, you need me to slow down or how, let's just open it for questions right now. How's that, Mr. Nelson?
Alrighty. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post in the questions panel.
And again, we're going to turn all this here, excuse me, into this. This is the same style that I used to make this, and it's like 20 to 25 minutes of work. And I could have done more for it, but I was working my booty off with 3 or 4 different companies today, and I wanted to get this done to exercise and show you how easy it is. I still think it's a pretty damn cool rendering. And tonight, whenever we do it together, kind of a follow along, I'll take some more time, put some more detail into it. But this is the whole purpose of what we're doing now is we need good reads to show our clients so they can see it. It's instantly recognizable. And then what we can do from that, we can lay in different values and tones. And then there's kind of a cool filter I use to make this plastic wrap looking thing, but he's slimy looking, and that's okay too. Anyway, do we have any questions? You still there? Anybody?
And I was muted once again. Am I not muted when I think I'm muted? So like, can you hear me? Like,
I can hear you now.
okay.
I was worried. I'm like, oh my God, I looked at my connection. I'm like, oh crap, what happened? Because my phone was going off, and then I couldn't hear you. I'm like, oh my God, is he calling me?
No, I'm here. It's just I don't know how to operate a mute button. Leonard asks if you can slow down a little.
I sure can, Leonard. And then again, you guys don't. I'm not expecting you to follow along right now. This is not the purpose of this exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to show you that this is quick. It is down, it's dirty, it's nice, it's pretty, and I'm a poet and I don't know it. Now when we do the next exercise, oops, scheiße, auch, on a different layer. When we do the next exercise, I'll go a little bit slow. I just wanted to show you guys how literally easy it is to do this. So do you have any more questions?
Doesn't look like it.
All right, then, hey, let's make a couple more critters. You ready for that?
Sure.
All right, I got a new layer going on here, layer 3. Ideally, you should name your layers like Snake Dude, Alien, Crouch Dude, and we'll do something along the lines of an alien, but let's change them up a little bit, just because, you know, we can do that. We'll do kind of another profile look. Zoom in here. Now, you guys can do this with normal paper too. I mean, paper and a Sharpie. That's essentially what all I'm doing right here is I have the tools to deselect, move things around, and erase. Very simple, where if you do it with a Sharpie, you're screwed. Whatever you throw down, you throw down. But you could literally do this alien right up here with a Sharpie, and if you like it, you can throw it on top of a light table and do line work to it and detail work to it. It's nice and it's easy. All right, so the next creature. I need to hit my brush button. Tell you what we're going to do is start up with a circle right here, and move here like this for an arm. Come in through here like this for his body or her. We're not for sure what this creature could or could not be. Got his bottom. I like to call it the buttocks. And because Alien has kind of a hinged foot here, we'll do that here. And sharp elbow here. Let's make him a little bit different. Let's do this with him. Let's have him have some big pincher-like appendages. And again, his head would be right through this region here. He's like facing towards us. And what we do with that, we would come in and lay values down. But let's go ahead and put some detail in here. Like this. Like this here. Let's give him some shoulder pads. Oops, hold on. I need to put my brush up a little bit more like this. Tell you what, we'll make his head come on, something like that. You know what? If I don't like it, I can always mess with my eraser tool real quick. I'm still going to say that his head is going to be in through this area right here, and you'll have to see it. It's not a super strong silhouette, but I like the pinchers. And you know what? Here we go. We'll just throw him up here like this. Control T, shrink him down. Put him over here like this. Control D, and we'll do one more little creature here just for the fun of it. And again, because we're going along with aliens, Leonard, again, I know you're like, oh my God, you're busting your Canadian brain because you're trying to keep up. Not the point of this exercise. It's just I really want to show everybody here how easy this is and how effective this is just by getting strong silhouettes. Because if you're playing a video game, even a movie, and you see this dude's silhouette right here, you're going to know instantly, oh my God, it's this monster. Everybody knows what an alien looks like. And thank Geiger for doing it. We're not for sure what this head looks like, but we know it's some sort of like creature. Silhouettes are strong. So let's do one more, and then we'll take a break, and then we're going to come back and we'll do the follow along. And again, if you have no tablet, you get some paper and your Sharpie out. And if you have a tablet or by paint, we're going to do this, and it's going to be cool. All right, so I've got a new layer selected. I'll zoom in here like this. I'm going to hit the B button, and I'm going to make the torso like so. Again, I'm a poet and I know it. Hip area right through here. Come down here for a leg. And because we're talking about aliens tonight, and they have hinge joints like this, feet, I'm going to come back through here like this. And we'll spend a little bit more time on him or her. You have the other leg through here. The knee area. We'll bring this out here like this. Come down here like this. We'll do a standing position this time for this alien. So we have the shoulder that's coming through here. Elbow. This will be where the hand's going to be at. We'll put some fingers on it in a minute. Other shoulder area right through here. The hand through here. And this is what makes the alien an alien. It's that head. You see this, and you know that life is going to be bad for you unless you have a pulse rifle. Even then, Tyler, specifically to you, it's not going to help you because I'm an alien. Oh boy, I'm going to eat you. It's going to be bad. You're going to cry. It's okay. It's all right, Tyler. Don't cry right now. Shh, Tyler, it's good. I'm going to mess with the head a little bit more. You know what? Let's do this. Another trick. Again, because I'm in Photoshop, I hit my lasso tool, and I'm going to select my leg right through here, hit Control T. I don't really like the way it looks, so I'm going to elongate it like that. That's cool. Or hit Enter, then hit Control D to deselect. B for my brush. That's a little bit better. And then we go with the tail. That's one fluid stroke of the tail. Sort of thing like this. Right, I'm going to come in with my paintbrush, and because he's a humanoid sort of creature, let's give him some fingers here. Thumb will be over here. Fingers here. And then, you can come through here and start really playing with some cool details. Even on the arm here, we'll jet something off like this. These little thingies on his or her back. And let's have some fun with the tail. Let me bring in my brush stroke a bit. I don't like that. I'll zoom in on this a bit. My eraser tool, because that's a bit too thick through here for my liking. Back to my brush tool. And what we'll do is make a bigger circle here. Kind of a scorpion sort of sting, because that goes through a Marine's chest, the Colonial Marine's chest really well. Come back here with my eraser tool. Thin this out a little bit. Brush tool again through here. And let's do this eraser tool. Shrink it down here like this. Brush tool again. And we can show this thing's got some teeth. And you come back like this. We have a pretty iconic sort of figure. And I'll tell you what, let's give him some toes too. We'll come back here. And lay some toes out. Let's give them some little things back here too. So, real quick, I mean, less than 20 minutes, we have some really cool things, some figures that we could really lay in some detail, some values, and that's what the next step's going to be. We're going to do a follow along with Alien's head, and again, all I did was I did this black routine, this black silhouette, this really solid reed to create this. And when we come back, we're going to do step by step how to create this. And it's going to take you no time at all. And I think it's a great concept that anybody with any limited, any background for art is going to be able to do. So before we go, though, I want to take any questions. Anybody have any questions?
No, not that I see.
Well, good, I guess. It's been more than an hour for everything, so we're going to take a 10-minute break, go potty, get beverage, and we shall be back very shortly.
Alrighty. And we are back.
Hey, thank you for letting me clear my throat for everybody. Welcome back to 3DBuzz after that slight pause for the cause. By that I mean getting some snacks, getting some food, getting some munchies. That's my Bill Clinton for you. It's a captive audience. You're not going anywhere. All right. We made some iconic, or maybe not iconic, because, well, the aliens are definitely iconic. We made some quick figures here, right? This is brilliant. I enjoyed it. It was quick. It's down. It's dirty. And I'm going to get rid of all these layers here because I don't need them anymore. And what we're going to do, I want everyone to follow along. That means you, Leonard, and we're going to draw something very similar, if not just as good, but better than this alien right here. And notice 3DBuzz Sci-Fi class, Friday, with yours truly, Derek Stevens. I usually say T is my middle name, Derek T. Stevens. T stands for too good to be true. No. So if you noticed, I drew a border, and that's what I want you guys to do too, to draw a border, because that's the way it's going to work. I have my brush tool selected right here. I'm going to pump up the volume a little bit here to make my border, and I'll put it right here, hit Shift, hit Control Z. Obviously, it's not working. Here we go. There we go. Let's start the border here. And if you're wondering what my dimensions are, I think it's something like obscenely huge, 300 DPI, 30 by 30, something like that. I like to work big, and then I can shrink it down. Same thing, I've said it before, with comic book pages are like 14 by whatever. You draw on the Bristol board, and whenever they shrink it down to comic book size, everything looks tighter, cooler, and neater. So I'm going to give you guys a second to draw this border. Your border should be done. Is your border done, Nelson?
Yes. I think.
You probably did it like the cool, fast, super way. All right, I got my brush at like 175, and that's huge. I wouldn't normally do that, but hey, this is what I'm going to do. And remember, all we're drawing is just like we did before, this black. My opacity is at 100% flow. I have black chosen, and I'm going to come right here, not up here, not down here, right about here. And I'm going to start kind of drawing some outline here like this. There's no right or wrong from here. Again, it's all going to be black. And that's all there is to it right here. I may want this to come down a little bit more. Like this. I want you guys to draw along like that. What's great about black is I'm just going to fill this all in. So I'm going to pump up my brush a lot fatter and thicker here like this, because I just want it all black. 21, always bet on black. Wesley Snipes. Poor guy didn't pay his taxes. Who would have thunk? And I'm going to hit Control Z. Nelson, you did it to me again, man. You didn't let me save in layers.
I'm sorry.
Right? That's all right. It's all good. Alt, delete. That's all right, because what we can do is I'll give everybody a chance to catch up. Layer. Layers are very important because we need to use the blur tool here in a little bit. All right, so I have my background, my layer chosen, yada, yada, yada. And I need to choose black again, and let's make this general shape here. Hit the brush tool, B for brush, and I'm going to come back through here like this. Come down here from where my jaw is at. Come here where my head comes down here like this. And then I'll fill it all in black. And what's good about this is now I can use my erase tool, and then you're just going to see my background, which is a grayish type tone. You know, I can use like the wand tool. I can select that and fill in everything, but this is good. I have a general shape from my head that he's coming out, and going to eat Tyler up. Tyler, eating him up. So, I mean, that's a pretty good shape, but not exactly the shape I want, but I got some black laid down, and that's good. So what I'm going to do is hit my eraser tool again, and then pump up the volume a little bit. I want to make this a little more rounded up through here like this. My slight area like this. Make sure it's nice and smooth. I'm going to come in here for where I want the mouth to be. Again, just using my eraser tool. Brush tool again. And we need this little doodaddy thing right here. I'll tell you what, I'll suit up for you, okay? He's going to come out here like this. This Geiger, again, excellent with concepts. Bring my brush tool down a little bit so I can draw some inner teeth like this. Eraser tool. So I'm going to pause right here to make sure everyone is caught up. Let me rework this a little bit down here so it's a nice smooth transition. So we have our alien head jetting the side to here. All right, so for a show of hands, like I said, we're following along. I want everyone to do this. So by a raise of hands on Nelson's thingy thing, BuzzNet,
Yep.
raise your hand. Let me know if you guys are done.
Go ahead and hit the participate button, and then hit ready if you guys are ready to go. 1 more minute if you need more time. Ready or not ready if you are asleep. Might be a good idea to go ahead and pause the video here while I wait for people to catch up.
Roger that.
We are back.
All right, so we have the general shape of the head. We got this little thing that comes out to kill Tyler specifically. What we're going to do is my brush stroke size is like huge, so I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to start making some teeth, some nice little triangles, and through here like this. And then we'll give him a couple of teeth right here like this, because the boy's got teeth. Now what I'm running into is I'm running out of room, so because it's saved in layers, I can lessen that, go back to my brush stroke, and then I'm going to bring it down, brush size a little bit more, like this here. And we got some teeth in here. All right, so we have a basic shape of the head. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to another layer, what I just did. See my black through here. I'm going to bring it up through here, right around this area. I wish I could tell you where it's at. It's a lighter gray. And I'm going to bring my opacity down to about, let's say, 28%. Make my brush stroke size a little bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is start making some highlights where the head is at. It's nice, it's simple. Now you see this overlay right through here? I wanted it to overlap this area here, but what is cool because it's saved in layers, I can come back and clean this line work up through here like this.
One thing that with Photoshop, just a little trick. If you hold down Control and click on the thumbnail of layer 1, it'll select that layer. So the thumbnail, not the word layer 1, but the little thumbnail to the left.
Right here?
No, right to the right. You're almost there. There. Oh,
right
no.
Here?
To the left. There you go.
Here.
Now hold down Control, click on that. That'll select it. Now you cannot paint anywhere other than where that selection is, so you don't have to worry about crossing the lines.
Nice. Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Thank you. Seriously. Well done. And let's make a little highlight up through here as well. That is a darn cool trick, Mr. Nelson. We have some highlights coming in through here. And what we're going to do is where his jaw is at. Let's go ahead and bring some highlights through here like this. And then what we're going to do is mess with our brush strokes. Right through here like this. Now here's a tricky part. His nostril, I guess, if he had a nostril. I'm sure he does. I'm going to bring my brush down a lot. And what I'm going to do is hit Shift and bring it through here like this. Again, remember we're on a different layer as well, which is a good thing. So we got some highlights that are coming through here like this. And what we can do is we can experiment by coming up here to Filter, coming down here to Blur, Gaussian Blur, and it's only going to affect this particular layer. Now, this is nothing. And now, there we go. It's starting to really nice be, that's too much. Blend in through here. I don't know why that shows up like that. .1. There'll be a test after this. So this is what I have so far. Got some cool highlights going on. So what I'm going to do now is I will create yet another layer on top of this. We'll say this is mid 2 because I don't want any really harsh whites just yet. But I do need to select my paint tool. I'm going to bring this up here like this. And what I'm going to do is let's bring this on top of everything else. I want to make some cool looking lines, some harder lines, and through here like this, like that. That's still circle. And again, I'm connecting to the area right through here. I'm going to get my opacities down to 28%. For an experiment, let's poke it up all the way to 100. I don't want that harsh line yet, okay? So I'm going to hit Control Z. I'm going to go back down to the 20s. 26. There we go. That's fine. I can live with that. And we're going to come maybe a little bit more. 27. Through here. Up through here like this. Make this connect here. I'm going to bring my brush up all the way to 125. And from this area right here, and then we have to do it a couple times to get the look that I need. I'll bring this down here. Bring it down to the jawline like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump my opacity up to like 35%. And they have this little doodad, and I'm hitting Shift. I hit my little button here like this. Here to here to here. Like this. I'll zoom it in a little bit better for you. I'm making little bitty circles like this through here. And a little cusp up here like this. And then I'll bring this around to here like that. And again, because the trick Nelson showed us by hitting Control and Layer 1, we can't go past that. So this is what we got so far. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes. And what we can do is we can bring some more veiny looking things in through here. Just play, have yourself a good time. Like that. If you notice what I'm doing, I'll probably do some more highlights in through here where the nose and the nostrils meet. And all this is like translucent skin that comes through here. And I'm playing with different brush stroke sizes. All right, we'll do this for right now. I'll let you guys catch up. Do you want to pause it, Mr. Nelson? Let everyone catch up?
Yep. So go ahead and hit ready when you're ready and all that fun stuff.
All right, here we go. We got some vein-looking things in through here. I'm not super happy with the head. I still need, I believe, some more black through here, and we'll fix that towards the end. And what we're going to do, these are like tubes, and I'm not for sure. These alien things are very organic. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back to my paint, and I'm going to drop it back down to a darker level. And all I'm going to do is bring my brush size down, and I'm going to come in through here like this. Actually, I need it darker. Down about here, and then that's too dark. Too dark. And this is the gig. I wish I was super perfect for you. I'm not. There we go. Kind of like this. And I'm just making small strokes in all this through the veins. And we'll do some more here in a little bit. As you guys are looking at my screen, that's a dude from Denmark that has popped up. Hit my brush stroke size up a little bit more. Get more of a mouth looking thing through here. And I do realize it's a different color, and that's good, because we need some variance going on through here. Again, I want to make it look kind of translucent. So I'm going to make another layer right through here like this, because I'll use the blur tool through here like this. You have a spot black. I mean, this is basically all this is spot black. You need all sorts of different tones. And towards the end, what we're going to do is we're going to put some blue tones into it. I'll come back up here to filter, to blur, to my Gaussian blur. There we go. It happens to be a very nice place. I like that. So you're starting to see some really cool highlights. You're starting to see form, how this is kind of concaved and rounded all at the same time. So I'll drop back down to my mid-level 2. Actually, you know what? We'll come back up here. I'll just go ahead and make yet another layer. Delete. No, I don't want to delete layers. I said I wanted a layer. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Derek. No problem. And now I'm going to start doing some more whites. Now, this is an experiment. Let's zoom in on this thing, this bad boy right through here, and give it some really cool highlights. And I'm really going to pump up this opacity. I'll pump it up to 60, 75. How's that? I'm hitting shift. Let's bring my brush size down even more. Bring it up. And what we do when we zoom back is starting to give some nice, some more highlights area to it. Now we've already put in these little dashes, so what I'm going to try to do is between these dashes, make some little dots like this in through here. Because again, we did all the spot black stuff, but we need to see values and tones, and we need some highlights through all this. Because this is a new layer, we can do the blur thing to make everything kind of blend in a little bit more with it. I'm really going to zoom in here like this. Bring my brush size down to super small. Let's see what this looks like at a 6. Again, there's really no right or wrong to this. And I'm literally just having fun painting right now. Trying to make them look like highlights to a tube. Close up, it looks very muddy, and that's all right because, you know, the final render is not going to be super close up like this. And once we hit the blur tool, it's going to make things blend in nice for us. This big area right through here. And what I'm doing to make this so quick, I'm holding the shift key down. Just following some of the tubes that we've already made. As such. Let's throw some highlights in this area through here. And we're getting some very interesting, cool type shapes, and that's exactly what I want. Oops, bullocks. Edit, step back. We want a good bullocks. We want to have a good read. Step backward. There we go. Yay, Derek. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go again, because it's on a new layer. I go to filter. I go to blur. I will then go to Gaussian blur. I don't like that. Let's back it off a little bit. I want to be able to see. There we go. That's nice. So I got some more veiny type areas through it. And believe it or not, probably in the next 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be done with all this. We can come back in through here. No, let's not do that. Let's wait for people to catch up with this, and then we're going to do another pass at some grays.
Alrighty, so go ahead and hit ready when we're ready. If you need more time, if enough people need more time, I'll go ahead and pause the video. And doesn't seem like most people are following along. Alright, so it looks like everybody's just about ready.
Cool. And again, there's really no right or wrong to it. We're trying to make interesting shapes that make sense, that can create volume. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me when to go.
Oh, I didn't pause for that.
Oh.
I said if
All right.
people are, yeah, I thought you were going, so.
My bad. All right, what I just did was I selected this gray area right here. So I have my paint tool. I know that's where that gray is at. I still want to bring it up a little bit more. I still want to put some more highlights, some more details, some more coolness through here. Hit my brush stroke. If you guys remember last class, we talked about following along with the contours whenever you're doing cybernetic stuff. And that will help with this as well. Now, how do I get this mask off, Mr. Nelson? Shift.
Control D.
Oh, it was easy enough. What I'm going to do now is I'm not happy with the head. I'm going to get my spot black tool out like this. Select this layer here. That's where all the black was at. There we go. There we go. I like that a little bit better. I'm going to come back up to layer 4, create yet another layer. Let's work on some teeth. Let's experiment with this gray. I'm going to bring it down in the 35s. Bring my brush tool. There we go. Some highlights through here. Just really zoom in on here. Because right now we have a spot black where this little toothy thing is. But I want to give it some highlights. I don't want it to just kind of hang out there and nothingness land. What I'm going to do is here, hit Shift, like so. Let's work on the bottom teeth through here. I'll go ahead and, because I'm on a new layer, again, I'm going to my filter, blur, so I can blend things in a little bit better. Gaussian blur, bullocks, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We'll back it off a little bit, put a little more. There we go. We had some nice highlights on this little toothy thing through here. We had some nice highlights on the actual teeth. Believe it or not, we're almost done. Right now, what I'm going to do is hit yet another layer. I'll hit and name it color. I'm not English, so I'm not spelling it with a U. I'm Irish. I should spell it with a W if I can, for whiskey. And I'm going to hit, what I want is some blue highlights. And this may be some experimental sort of stuff through here. My opacity is down to 32%. I'm going to bring my brush up through here like this. And this highlight through here, nope. Let's bring the opacity down even more. Let's bring it down to like 11. I'm following along with some of these highlights through here. Because again, it's another value that we can add in. So this is where some of the highlights are at. And whenever you're drawing, the face is always a focal point. Always a focal point. Just drawing along. And because it's another layer, we're going to go to filter again, to blur, to Gaussian blur. Let's move this over here so we can see what we want. And I'm really going to pump this up. That's a pretty cool look. I'm enjoying it. And remember, it was just a spot black not so long ago. So what we're going to do now is, let's do another layer. We're going to call this Spit, S-P-I-T. Go back to my paint. Make it kind of a lighter blue. Let's look at his teeth through here. And I need to bring my opacity up. Let's see what 36 gives us. And we don't want to overdo. We'll pull some right here. And then what I'm going to do is come back to my blue. Then I'm going to get a darker blue. And then I'm going to bring my brush size down to here. And then trace inside here to try to give some like little highlights of some of the spit. And I'll back it off a little bit. And that's pretty darn cool, considering all we did was start with a black. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm okay with this. Not super happy, but I'm okay with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all the layers. I'm going to come up here to layer. I'm going to flatten my image. And then I'm going to yet again, let's see, here we go. I'm going to filter, filter gallery. Now this is where you guys don't have the luxury if you're doing it by pen and paper, and I apologize for that. I'm going to Control minus so you guys can see what filters that I'm going to use. And a lot of times whenever I'm drawing, I mean, I will literally go through and like, okay, dry brush. What does dry brush look like? And then I'll bring all these settings to a dry brush. What does this look like? And that's so not what I'm going for. I wonder what film grain will look like. No, that's not what I want. What I really want is I want plastic wrap. And the reason why I want plastic wrap, it gives the alien a really cool look. Because I mean, they're yucky looking, right? Can I hear an amen? Yeah, they're kind of yucky looking. Now with this plastic wrap chosen, I can pump this all up, and I can see what is going to happen with my highlights. I kind of like that look. So I'm not really happy with this right through here. So let's get rid of this doodad here, 1.2. Maybe bringing this down. As my computer thinks, I'm going to hit OK, because it's kind of a cool look. Now what I'm going to do here to get rid of this through here, I'm not really super happy. So I'm going to hit my, where's my button at? My tool here, my drop tool to select. Here we go. Hit my brush tool again. Fatten it up through here. Let's get the opacity brought up. You know what, before we do that, Mr. Nelson, we didn't do a layer. Let's bring this through here like this. I don't really want a hard edge. I want it to be more feathered. So then I will come back up here to filter, blur, you guessed it, Gaussian blur. I'm going to back off on this a lot. I can live with that, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Now what I do is I'm going to come back through here. I'll hit my wand tool, and I'm going to select all this. I'm going to come up to select, modify. I'm going to expand by 1 pixel, and then I'm going to hit edit, cut, and that did not get everything that I wanted because my tolerance is down to 10. Let's put this baby up to like 58. Edit, cut. Let's make sure everything's nice and clean. I'm going to select it yet again. Come back up to select, modify, expand by 1, and then deselect through here. So we have a pretty cool rendering right here. And now what we can do is we can play with some values. I can come up here to image, adjust to levels. I like that. There we go. I like that a little bit better. Hit OK. So we got some really cool shades and some values, some tones. We can tell that there's some volume to everything going on like this. I'm pretty happy with that, but not just yet. I'm going to up to layer. I'm sorry, I'm going up to image. Image, darn it. And then let's go to color balance. And because I picked blues to begin with, and we got this pretty kick-butt alien right there that's spitting up stuff. And that is it for the tutorial. There's a lot more we can clean up. There's a lot more that we can do. But I'm anxious to see what you guys have done and what you guys have come up with. Because, I mean, there's just so much more we can do. I mean, we can go up to filters again, to the filter gallery, and hit Control minus so you guys can see everything. Poster edges, what does that look like? Ooh, I like that look. I don't like this down here, but I like this look right through here, so I'm going to keep it. You just experiment with what's going on in your gallery. I selected that color again, hit my brush tool. Shift, nice cleanup, shift. And we got a pretty cool alien right here. And again, you can just play and experiment, playing it. What I really like to do, this is silly, I think it's like OCD, but I'll go to adjustments and always hit invert to see what it looks like. Not what I'm looking for, but I always like to hit invert to see if there could be a happy accident. But there you have it. There you are, from a very simple spot black that took very little time. You see this, you know it's an alien. So let's open it up for any questions right now, and then let's take some screens to see what you guys have come up with.
Alrighty. How about, I mean, do you think that we could go on a break to wait for questions to come in? And are we wrapping up after we look at screens?
Yeah, we'll wrap up, and then we'll talk about homework after the break.
Alrighty. And we are back. So let's go ahead and switch over to Ray because he followed directions. So we're switching to him first.
And I'm so anxious to see what you guys have come up with.
Let's see. Here we go.
Nice. Are you there, Ray?
Yes.
What do you think, man?
I don't have all the filters that you have, but it's a great technique.
Thank you. I really enjoy it. I've been scouring the internet because I want to, like I said, I want to be humble. I'm good, but I can always be better. And it's important for me to find some really cool things to teach you guys. And by doing that, I've learned so much. And that looks really nice. That's a freaking alien, dude. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. You're learning stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Seriously, you made me happy. You made me smile. I needed that. Thank you very much. Well done. I would not want to. Actually, I'm hoping this alien eats Tyler, too.
Alrighty, we got a William.
All right. Dude, nice.
Thanks.
Really well. I love that, the highlights on the top of the head. This is such a great and easy way to blend things by using that Gaussian blur filter. And I mean, I apologize for people that, because if I had to do this by pen and paper, I don't know if I could. I mean, I have to get Prismacolor markers, things out. Photoshop it or Paint is a brilliant tool. But that's a freaking alien, dude. Well
Thanks,
done.
man.
Are you learning? Are you learning?
Oh, man, the techniques are great. Thank you so much.
Again, I'm asking because I want feedback, and if you need something else, I want to provide it for you. But I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to say it's nice to hear people say that, so thank you very much, and I'm proud of you. You keep it up, all right?
Thanks. I will.
Hey, no worries, man. Well done.
Thanks. Bye.
Alrighty, we got a Leonard.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to see this. Oh, my God.
How's that?
Nice. It's a freaking alien, dude.
Yeah.
I like your head a little bit better than mine. Seriously, I like that top plate that you got going on.
Yeah, that's
Really well
very
done.
cool techniques that you're showing.
Good, and I love your little the middle mouth thing. I like how you wrap that around. It looks really, really nice. Well done. I'm so proud of you.
I'm learning.
You're doing great. You're not. You are doing. You're not trying. As Master Yoda said, you are doing. Drawing with me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome you are. Dork I am.
I'm going to have to play with this more. It's very cool.
Awesome. I'm glad you're learning. I'm glad you're part of the class, dude.
Well, thank you.
Alrighty, we got
snap.
a Steven. I don't know which one this is, though.
Who is this? I love those greens in there, man. That is nice. It's probably Sid, because Sid never follows along, but she does her own thing. Or the whole Steven family does their own thing, which is awesome. They're free thinkers. But I love those greens. That is a really nice touch. It's an alien, and it's going to eat Tyler. So everyone feels sorry for him. He's going to be eaten. Well done.
Alright, there's another Steve Curse. I don't know if this is the same one, so let me see what happens when I switch over to them. Oop, that's a different one.
I'm bad, Derek. Stop. Sorry, not going to stop.
I think this is Tyler.
It is Tyler. Hey, you know what? You're using Paint, so you don't have all the filters that I'm using. So I'm not cheating. It's just I have a different tool than you have. It's an alien for Paint that is really, really good. I'm proud of you, dude. And I'm gonna hate to eat you. I'll just spit acid at you. How's that? We'll talk afterwards. You get that game, okay? Look at him. He's all funky, like a thanks with an X word. What? Okay, well done.
Alrighty, I don't see any more things in the chat or in the questions panel, so I think it's time to switch over back to you.
All right. Well done, guys. All right, again, to recap today, we did a little quick look. I made a little spaceship thing just to kind of warm up, and I really encourage anybody before they start drawing, just doodle, get your hand-eye coordination, get the juices flowing, and then we jumped right into to what powerful concepts can be from just doing the read of the silhouettes. Because again, if you're working in movies, some monsters are only seen for a split second, so you've got to be able to tell what they are in a blink of an eye. That's why this is such a powerful technique, because you're forced to do what a silhouette is. And then with this technique, it's great for blending, it's great for highlights and shadows, and it's relatively easy. So we made some creatures, we showed that, then we jumped into this. It was a follow along with an alien head because the Colonial Marines, hoorah, this came out. Brilliant game. Get it if you don't. I get no reimbursement from that by saying that. I think we should. But you followed along. Basic spot black head. From blacks, we used different gradients of grays, and then we used some colors. And you can, again, whoever showed me the green, I think it was a Steven, one of the lads there, or lasses, they use greens, I use blues. There's no right or wrong with aliens. This is what we came up with. And without me talking, and when you guys get faster with this, it really will only take you about 25 minutes to do something at this level. And that's fast. In freelance world, time is money. So I'm proud of everybody. For homework, what I want you guys to do is you need to come up with a sci-fi monster using the style. I want you to do the whole spot black, and I want you to come in and create different layers. I want you to use blending tools, everything that I've taught you. And again, we just did the head right here, we did the whole body, but how cool would it have been to render out all those creatures that we made? I don't think it would have been that tough, that difficult. And I think we can do that. But your homework coming up is to create a sci-fi monster using the reading technique of spot blacks. And I want you to come in and make highlights. Now, the important thing to remember, face is the focal point. You really need to spend time on that face, and it needs to be a good read. Try not to muddy up things. Fingers, toes, those are important as well. Highlights around the fingernails and the teeth. Even though they're aliens, there are certain aspects of these aliens that hey, well, that's a tooth, that's a finger, that's a thumb. So spend some time on it. I'm really anxious to see what you guys are able to pull off. I really enjoyed tonight. I thank you for your time on a Friday night. And again, Tyler, I just want to tell you, I am going to eat you. I'm going to spit acid at you. So get the game so I can do that. And feel free to Facebook me. I'm Derek Stevens, Facebook. Talk to me anytime. I'm usually working throughout the day and night. I'll be happy to talk to you. And Nelson, correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, I'll throw it to you. Tell them how to and where to put their homework, because I know there were some questions and some concerns about it this last week.
Yeah, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to jump over to the website. If you guys are enrolled in the class, which you all should be, if you click on the dashboard link, you'll be taken to a page that will show you all the classes you are enrolled in. So then to submit homework for a particular week, you just select the week you want to submit for, and there will be a handy submission button there. So, yeah.
And I will do my best, and I've neglected coming on 3DBuzz. I've been working so much. I'll try to get on there at least once a day to see if there's any PMs, what's going on in the forums. And again, a good way to reach me is just Facebook me, and I'm on there all the time. Just message me if you have any problem or a comment, a question. I'll do what I can to help you guys out.
Alrighty.
So with that, thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. Give a big round of applause for the man, the myth, the legend, the pony boy himself, Mr. Nelson.